Well, welcome everyone, and thanks for coming to celebrate Mom's 90th birthday. I'll begin by recognizing that Liesel has a special quality. Sure, she's refined and intelligent, but there's something else, a soulfulness, that we all appreciate, none more so than my father Ernest, who was absolutely mad about the woman. He worshipped her and she could do no wrong. Handsome dad, could have had his pick of any woman, but he would have no other. I quote an excerpt from a letter he penned during their courtship. "There is none but you for me. All that I need is focused in you, and all the warmth and beauty and tenderness that I can feel accompanies your person wherever you are. Your mention of the future we'll share rings sympathetic bells with a person like you, darling, wonderful Liesel, with your understanding, kindness, and inner beauty. Our common destiny will be rich and a joyful experience forever. I love you, Liebchen." Her talented artist...
Highly exaggerated. Highly exaggerated. I'm glad he's reading Ernie's, that Ernie's presence here is his
Yeah, I want you
experience.
to remember that. Her talented artist neighbor Jenny also saw this something else and sought to capture her mystique on canvas. Naturally, the painting won a prize in a competition. In short, we're all grateful to Arthur and Charlotte Becker for having her. Charlotte lived past 100, and lucky for us, it looks like we'll have Mum around for a good while longer too. Here, here.
It's a tradition in my family, it has been for at least 150 years, that you write a poem when there's an occasion. So it's a little lengthy, but here I am. And two of you have already heard the preliminaries. Kathy and Shirley were at a golfing luncheon that the ladies had for me. So that's a repeat for you. My almost 90 years have been blessed. Born in Germany, who would have guessed? Because I was born to parents who were wise. We left that country before Hitler's rise. For Holland and to Canada in 1939, where our lives continued and all was sublime. At 20, I met the intelligent, charming Ernie. Together we started our 50-year journey. Lynn, Nancy, Daniel appeared on the scene. Life in Montreal was wonderfully serene, until separatism reared its ugly head, a movement that we all did dread. What should we do? Where should we go? We certainly no longer wish to live in the snow. So after 5 years of waiting for permission, the U.S. finally made the right decision and allowed us to live what Ernie called paradise. I guess just like my parents, we too were wise. Sadly, in the 80s, this fine man was assailed by Alzheimer's. His life was curtailed. After 17 beautiful years in paradise, I'm now widowed, had to become wise. I was suddenly beset by new fears. It decided not to break into tears. A 5-year contract with myself I made to live fully and not be afraid. The contract has now been renewed on 4 occasions. It has been nourished by my relations with you and some others not present today. So a few words about each of you I now want to say. The last few decades, family and friends I've lost. Living longer comes at a cost. Yet how lucky can a person be to have so many younger people here with me? Most of you are seeing unknown faces, so I thought I'd put you through some paces and introduce you to each other. So, how do you know Liesel? This will cover. When I talk about you and mention your name, would you raise your hand? Or if it's all the same, you can turn cartwheels or even shout. That's what our relationship was not about. 3 Daniel always tells me I say it wrong. 3 nonagenarians are still with us today. the spry 98-year-old, where is she? Raise your hand, Faye. The spry 90-year-old one is my longtime friend Faye. She marches on, defying the aging process, pursues many interests, and feels little stress. As I told you some before, she's here, but at 1 o'clock, she has to leave because she has to go to a concert. Bernie, over there, at 94, now widowed, is my oldest friend. He loves his dog, Roxy, and a large, loving family at hand. For 32 years, we shared Friday night dinners. We shared dinners on Friday night, where little Casey and Ryan, Casey's standing beside him, Ryan's not here yet, helped kindle the light. Ryan, now country supervisor, formerly the mayor, about this city's welfare, does really care. Casey's devotion to the family downtown bookstore answers this community that they have readers galore. Daughter Tina has many interests and a most active mind. Her thinking is so deep, she's one of a kind. My late friend Anita's husband, Dick. Dick? Where's Dick? Over there. Does not falter. He joins this small elite group that will not alter the good life he's lived among a loving family. He's a man who treasures civility. Two of my children came from afar away. I think most of you met them now. Rue from Hawaii, Daniel from Vancouver by car, to celebrate my longevity and our good gene, because at their Omis 100s they've also been. My 6-foot baby has made it his business to be at every birthday of this missus. We play golf together, and I've always been in awe of the beautiful shots to the pin that I saw. Ruth's friend a longtime friend, was supposed to be here, but she broke her foot. But she's in here, in the book. In the 80s in Capitola, Rue met friend Ruin Hart. As singers and songwriters, they both wished to start. Performing at Zelda's, they tested their voices, pursued their career, and then made other choices. Rue, now a potter, swims with dolphins and whales. Karen computes and sings award-winning scales. And is it too long? In Pasatiempo, 49 South Circle is my nest. I have neighbors that are the best. To my left is the Eldridge Estate, where Sandy and Charles you can locate. They are an example of America's finest couple. If I were in trouble, they'd come on the double. To my right, the wonderful Weltys reside. Phil, Weltys, all of you, right? You're part of that. The wonderful Weltys reside. Phil, Jenny, Taylor, Hillary are a delight. Greg and little Abigail more recently joined this group. So now about them, let me give you the scoop.